Day 24 of the second run of 100 Days Making Comics. I'm Ox, and this is where I talk about what I did for at least 30 minutes working on my independent comic I never forgot, about a drifter wanting to accomplish one last goal before he can pass along happily. And yesterday kind of hit a couple speed bumps. Set out to work on, and if I would have worked yesterday, I would have gotten pages done. I would have been right where I wanted to. But that didn't happen because my brother called and said he wanted us to come over. So, of course, I went and saw my nephews for a couple hours, and that kind of took up the entire night. What did happen well, though, was I finally reset my clock to going to sleep very early, like 10 o'clock at night, and then getting up at about 4 o'clock in the morning. I still have to get caught up on my online classes, which I'm not too worried about them right now. I've got a bunch of things going on that they can kind of be put on the back burner for a week, just because it's a story incubator week, and it's not a, it's kind of just seeing what other people are doing with their story. So what I did do, I worked on my comic for probably a good 6 hours so far. I got 2 pages done already. I'm halfway through another one, hoping to finish that one at least tonight before I go to bed. So that's 3 out of the 10, 7 to go after that. If I wake up at 4 tomorrow morning, I think I can knock out 4 tomorrow, leaving 3 for Wednesday, and I think that'll put me on great standings to be done with that on Wednesday. I did happen to win a couple tickets to see a comedian that I've been wanting to see on Wednesday, so as a treat for getting all this done, I'm going to treat myself and go see a comedian on Wednesday night. So, but that's only if I get the coloring done. If I don't get the coloring done, no comedian. So I'm definitely going to get the coloring done. So today was awesome. I can show you some stuff. I don't want to give too many spoilers, but so yesterday's put a bunch of links in for Thomas Clemens, day 35, that speech he gave when he was at AMCON, I think, down in Texas. For the Hangout 6, Titan's Grave, and then Kathleen Rule. I wanted to hit on the Hangout 6 because I remember somebody bringing up, I think, the previous Hangout with Kevin Cross, not his personal one, but the last Hangout. He said something about being afraid to start the next page because not wondering if it would be as good as the last one you did. And I definitely hit that moment today. I'll just show you. So, last time I got art supplies, I usually work with Copics, and that's my preferred brand, I suppose. They had Mexp markers, which are basically the Australian equivalent. They're a little bit bigger, but they're what Martin Abel uses, and I showed off his art book a little while ago. But so they had a sale, or like they were having clearance on them, and it was like $1.25 for one of these markers, and they usually go for about $8, $9. So I snagged as many as I could, and they are all those colors. So I have a little guide so I can see what colors are what. What's great about these colors is they're different values than my Copics, so I'm only using them for background right now, just because that's where they are rocking. I know they're going to get heavy use out of this issue, so I did that guide to show what they look dried, and then kind of did a scale, going from light to dark and then dark to light, see which one would work better. Obviously dark to light works better. So after that I did those two. So this is a little spoiler territory, but I'm pretty sure I've shown this page off before. So it's when the drifter comes out of his dream state and he's clawing up his arm. Well, I have everything done but the background, and he's in a dark room, kind of just getting woke up. So I was working with the background and thought if I did this well enough, I could just transpose them on top of each other. And then finally just decided to bite the bullet and actually colored it. The other one looks way better than this. I was glad I just bit the bullet because then I was able to take down 2 more pages. Well, 1.5 I guess now. So that is done. I'm just about out of that room, so it's a very dark couple pages as he comes out of that. And I think the whole issue is going to reflect that. It kind of goes from very vivid to like meandering into a dark gray space, airy kind of way, and then it's coming back into color. So I'm excited to take those down now. It shouldn't be that hard to power through the coloring of the last few pages for the issue 3. I did hear back from my printer. He said he had gotten an influx of people liking the page and talking to him, so that's awesome. Thanks for checking him out. I'm excited for him to do the 3rd issue, especially how well it's turning out. I did this first page and sent it to a couple of my friends that are kind of watching over the process of it happening. And one of my friends was so inspired that she kind of just wrote a little poem, and that's actually going to be included in issue 3. I don't even care. I told her, I was like, she can take me to court for suing me for copyright or whatever. I don't care. It's going into the book, and she agreed to it. So I'm excited. She's probably going to write a longer poem to put in it. I've got to figure out where I want to put it now, but I'm pretty friggin' excited about it. It just fits the tone of everything, and it kind of just gives this nice overlying thought of everything. So that was sweet. It's always awesome for your art to inspire other people's art, and I'm excited because she hasn't done too many creative things lately, and I know she's been dying and itching to do something, and like it just kind of came to her. And it's weird because I kind of sensed like it just was organic like that, and that's just amazing and awesome. So with all that happening, knocked out those 2 other pages. Let's see here. I'm still getting ideas together for the Kickstarter videos that I'm going to start next week. I've got a bunch of great ideas put down so far for helping with that, and I wanted to show off a couple more things. So I'm still saving one thing for tomorrow. That's going to be used in issue 3. If you do follow my social sites, you've probably seen it already. But I'm waiting to hear on it tonight. Maybe it'll become something bigger. But over the weekend, I spoke to somebody about getting little statues or figures even done, like 3D model printed. I'd love to get like a little statue of like the first issue, like cover art. Like that would be friggin' awesome. So I sent that off to a dude to help with 3D printing of that, see how much he would charge and whatnot. Waiting to hear back from him on that. Even if he just does the files for me, I know people with a 3D printer that could do that for me, possibly. So stoked about that stuff. So that's basically it. And then I wanted to share one last thing before I call it an evening. And let me just consult my notes. So I've talked about these a couple times, especially on my normal pages. But Jake Parker's been a big influence on me to get this project started this year. him, Kevin Cross, and a couple other artists like kind of gave me the pushes I needed to actually start it and just take off from there. But Jake Parker has started this art drop day, which is the first Tuesday of every September. You can go to his page and print these off. You put them with a sketch, leave them around. People get free art, and they get to find new artists and stuff. You can find out more by following the hashtag ArtDropDay, or you can go to mrjakeparker.com/art-drop-day, and I think that's where you get these. You can print them off. The instructions are pretty simple. Draw a picture, hide it somewhere, take a photo of where it is hiding, put it on social media, let people find it. Hopefully they tag you when they find it. So you can hang out, wait to see if somebody finds it too. But I'm stoked about that because I'm actually going to be throwing a couple of my first issues. I'm going to do sketches on the inside and then leave them with these. So I printed off 5. I think 5 is a pretty reasonable, good number to do. I'm pretty excited about it anyway. So with that, I'm also going to be doing Inktober this year, which is October. You do a ink drawing every day for the month of October. It's helped out a ton this year, not only with just random ideas, but it helped me get comfortable with Copics to the point where I used them so much. And actually, probably by the end of this issue, I'll probably have to get my second refills for a few of my pens, which is awesome. When I first got the ink refills, I never thought I'd even come close to using one of them up, but I think it's 8 uses, or 8 refills in one of the various ink refills for the Copic markers, and I'm about out of 3 or 4 of them maybe, which is insane to me. Without Inktober last year, I would have never gotten comfortable with Copics, and they probably would just sat in my art drawer, and I probably would have never used them again. So I got comfortable with Copics. I did 3 sketches a day, which I did 1 in just ink and gray tones. I did 1 which was based on 2 different lists of things. I combined them and used whatever the 2 things for each day were. And then I did a sketch daily, which was just Monday through Friday, with Copics. And all of those ideas, I would say probably half of them have or are going to be utilized for this comic book. Happy mistakes that happened during the process, things you might not have thought you would utilize, all these things. Maybe I'll show off the sketchbook, my Inktober sketchbook, one of these videos. Maybe you'd like that. If you would like that, leave a comment down below, and maybe I'll do it. That's all I got today. I will show off the last thing tomorrow. Hopefully it becomes something bigger tonight while I sleep. So that's going to do it for me today. Let me pimp my stuff real quick. You can grab issue 1, issue 2 at my Big Cartel site, samuriox.bigcartel.com. If you do order them through there, you get the better versions. Those are just the crappy floppy versions that I'm going to be giving away, whatnot, to reviewers and whatnot. But if you want, you can get the first issue, perfect bound, 48 pages, or the variant for the first issue, and the second issue, 48 pages, perfect bound, or the variant for the second issue as well. You can grab those on my Big Cartel site. You can, I have options that you can get sketches done in them, which I'm a big fan of doing nowadays. I got pages in the front that I can utilize for drawing on, and they seem to be working out well for the Kickstarter, so I'm probably going to continue that trend. So yeah, that's going to do it for me today. Check out grab the issues if you haven't already. Third issue should be on its way, probably by the end of the month, for sure. I'm going to go back to coloring, hopefully get that one page done today. Set me up at 7 to do in the next 2 days before I see you coming in on Wednesday. So I'll check in with you tomorrow, show off the one last thing I have in my notes, and probably ramble with you for a little bit tomorrow as well. So it's going to do it for me today. Check in tomorrow. Later.